Welcome back to Kin in Line. I make this part 66, but could well be wrong. Feet, eh? So during my first short-lived marriage, I sketched the feet of Anne as she slept somewhere on the couch, I think. I was out of art school for about 4 years, and I was really drawing from life, and anybody who was within eye shot, if there's such a term, was going to fall under my pen. This was not a bad drawing of her using pen and ink. Wonder how she looks today, like 40 years on. So this is not a very flattering view, but foreshortening. And then I noticed on the back here, there's another foot. Of course, when you're that young, you often have no inhibitions, and this was Anne, who didn't perhaps expect me to be sketching like that, but anyway, on another occasion she peeled an apple or something, some fruit or vegetables in the kitchen. This was still in East London when we had a flat in, I think, St. Mark's Road. And of course we had this noisy creature. Not sure where I got this little specimen from, but it came out quite nicely. Determined to get him in focus, but it's a shame. It's some quite nice line on this. Anyway, yeah, so this is sort of the end of my army and back into the jail. This was a girl who went out with my brother Ian for a while, Carmen. Yeah, if you knew her, you'd recognize her straight away, I think. Then seem to design a little chair here. But this is still that army issue paper, and all sorts of, wherever I went, this might have been in a pub or somewhere. Just kept my hand in it, as it were. That's quite a successful one. Clearly African. And this view of a sort of row of palm trees. This phone camera has definitely woken up on the wrong side of the bed today. Must have been done in East London somewhere. This could well be my sister-in-law, Hazel. Don't know where this is. Not a great drawing. Who might this be? If this was drawn today, I would say this guy is on a computer, but back then, of course, there were no computers. Another very quickly drawn sketch. Maybe this was again en route home from the army. You know, these little quick drawings. Although we did do a trip down to Cape Town for a PFP youth summit, and that might have been what that was for. Because I remember doing these sketches. Alistair drove all the way from East London, and there were these vintage cars. I think it might have been the Milligan Rally on the Garden Route. And in fact, on another pile, I've got another one. So some vintage car expert would be able to tell you what that is. Nice to get him in focus. Okay. And yeah, I remember this. Alistair, my brother, was driving, and I even sketched him with seemed to have some gloves on for some reason. Yeah, and this sort of koppies or mountains could have been on that trip to Cape Town. Just a few lines, and you have a contemplative-looking character. Yeah. Another odd-looking chap. Looks almost like something out of Roman antiquity. Yeah. I think at this point I'm going to have to leave us with this old man and come back and we'll get into some music, at least drawings of people playing music. Cheers for now.